Fox News alert: tensions, anger, and fear for millions of Americans caught up in the federal government shutdown, now in day 31. U.S. Senate Democrats are under extreme pressure after spending yet another full week blocking Republicans' efforts to pass a clean funding bill and reopen the government, pay people, and put cash back in critical programs. Democrats are getting addicted, it would seem, to a drug of emotional violence, toying with people's suffering. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. The pain of the shutdown is being felt. It's about to get infinitely worse. Federal food assistance to more than 42 million Americans expires tomorrow. Also at risk, the Head Start preschool program for little ones across the country. And open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act. That's right. Democrats have said on the Hill they are holding out in the Senate for some deal to lower the cost of Obamacare. Well, it's a mystery because right now they expect people to pay for that enrollment during a shutdown when millions of them are not getting paychecks. Republicans are not the only ones asking Dems to end this all. So far, 5 unions and 4 of the largest airlines have called on lawmakers on the left to pass Republicans' clean bill to fund the government. Watch this.
The biggest way to ensure the safety, security, and reliability of our national air traffic control system is to pass a clean, continuing resolution.
Everyone knows, the Vice President, Congress, is that this shutdown needs to end now. It has to happen now. These guys need to convene, say yes to that clean CR, get this thing back on track, and again, restore that confidence in the American public.
But let's get a clean CR and get that negotiation done behind closed doors without the pressure and without putting the American workers and the American economy at risk.
Dems are adrift with no common sense. I mean, obviously. These people know what they're talking about. They're leading people. They need this to stop now. And the pressure on Dems, struggling to pinpoint exactly what is in the Republican bill that warrants a shutdown, is mind-boggling. But it's true. It's a fact. Why can't they say what's in it? Watch this.
Should Democrats pass a standalone bill to fund SNAP benefits?
Good morning. Well, let's be clear. Republicans run the House. They run the Senate.
Is that a yes, then, that there should be a vote on the standalone legislation?
I'm here. My Republican colleagues are on vacation. I don't play politics. I want a clean bill that focuses on the American people.
They did have a clean CR vote on September 19th in the House. Did you vote for it?
I disagree with your characterization and want to make sure that we're very clear about what Republicans have been doing. Any bill that they've put forth, they've always had some extra stuff to it. There's always been a poison pill to it.
What were the poison pills of the clean CR or the continuing resolution? You say it's not clean, that was voted on in the House in mid-September.
Here's what's important. I think what you're trying to do is shift the responsibility to Democrats.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know what the poison pills were in that clean CR. There aren't any, and she can't make an interesting or correct argument because she doesn't know what's in it, or because there aren't any, or both. It's beyond sad. It's disgusting. Republican Senator Ashley Moody in Focus coming up. First, let's begin with senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill. Chad.
Harris, good morning. We're slamming into the first major inflection point of the shutdown. Travel delays coupled with the lack of SNAP benefits is a volatile political mixture. There's worry about holiday travel. The administration is blaming Democrats for the shutdown.
I know the day after Thanksgiving is the busiest travel day in America, and if our airports are shut down, it'll mean that highways are more congested, and they'll be the Grinches who stole Thanksgiving.
Democrats are raging that the Trump administration is not doling out SNAP benefits during the shutdown. That's always happened during previous shutdowns. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries tore into the GOP for saying it could not provide SNAP benefits.
Republicans hold press conferences every day, and you know what they do? They lie to the American people, and they haven't spoken a word of truth to the American people other than what Mike Johnson admitted today which is that they want to rip away SNAP benefits from 42 million Americans.
Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins appeared with House Speaker Mike Johnson at the Capitol today. Rollins said she is barred from tapping an emergency fund for SNAP.
That's the contingency fund that we would use to send more money into the vulnerable communities that are harmed by a specific event like a hurricane. Even if it could flow, it doesn't even cover half of the month of November. So here we are again in 2 weeks having the exact same conversation.
Delta Airlines and United want the shutdown to end. Airline delays are increasing. Now, this morning, there are 50-minute delays related to staffing in Austin and 67 minutes in Nashville. Harris?
Chad, thank you. Even the left-leaning Washington Post has had enough from Democrats. The editorial board argues, quote, the right answer is to reopen the government with a clean funding bill, ideally for a full year, to get food stamps flowing and federal workers back in office, and then have a debate about ACA, that is Obamacare subsidies. Democrats openly acknowledge that they refuse to do this because it would mean giving up their leverage. If they persist, it could mean families start to go hungry. Senator Ashley Moody, Republican of Florida, member of Joint Economic, Judiciary, and Homeland Security Committees. Great to have you today. Break this down for me and tell me, are there any signs of something happening before the expiration of SNAP?
Well, I am so glad that you showed some of those clips and the responses of the Democrats. What's becoming abundantly clear is they cannot explain, even when being pleaded to by liberal-leaning organizations, unions, liberal media outlets, on and on and on. Please pass a clean funding bill. This is a bipartisan bill to open back up the government. They have nothing to say. It's because they have blindly followed Chuck Schumer in his quest to appease a radical base and save his hide. And they don't know why they're doing it. They're just blindly following him and neglecting to pay attention not only to the voters that put them there, but to their responsibilities to serve in a good faith way as a senator and operate the government. And the real challenge is, I believe their entire point of this thing was to shut down the government.
Yeah. Because
you now have people that have been elected into office who don't like America, that want it to look like an entirely different country than it was set up to be. They want government to tell you how to live your life. They want you to tell you how to run your markets. I mean, it's a really scary time when you have people elected to office and their goal is to shut down the United States of America. And that's where we are right now.
You know, it's so interesting, too, what you're saying about Representative Janelle Bynum in the House. She had already decided she was against this thing and clearly didn't even know what was in the clean CR or if there were any poison pills in it that she should vote against. But she'd made that decision, and the power doesn't even really rest there now. It's in the Senate. And if the Senate does the right thing and reopens the government, that doesn't have anything to do with irrelevant Bynum at this point, because it passed the House. Like, I don't think she understands how this works.
No, and the challenge here is that you have senators that aren't stepping back and listening to the people that elected them to open this government back up. And that is a scary time. I mean, Congress is the American people. We are the place where the American people have their voices heard. And it appears we have senators right now that are ignoring the people that put them in office to represent them. I mean, there is a majority call to open back up this government. And it is a scary thing. And I think that's why you're hearing frustration from President Trump and so many other people where, like,
unions,
this is something we haven't had to deal with in the past.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this. We have been talking about the real pain American families are facing as Democrats refuse to reopen the government, admittedly for political leverage. We know that from Katherine Clark, right? She spoke on behalf, I guess, of all Democrats when she spoke as a lawmaker last week. The images are stark and very sad. People are already lining up for food assistance at pantries across America, and many of those facilities cannot keep up with the now empty shelves. I mean, just in days. And the people who defend our nation are hit hard, too. Many military families live paycheck to paycheck, especially those who've just entered, those younger fighters that we have. And so their early salaries matter, and they qualify for them to make federal food assistance. So they're banking on this not expiring this weekend. This video from a YMCA in Killeen, Texas, operates a food bank for service members. It has been overwhelmed with service members bracing for missed paychecks soon if the government stays closed. Watch this.
Many folks are deployed right now overseas from Fort Hood and from other locations. And the last thing you want to have when you're deployed overseas is be worrying about the next paycheck and how do you take care of your family who are back wherever they live in the U.S.
Senator Moody, we are blessed to have those men and women in concert around the world for us in our military. They will stay on their jobs and hold our sovereignty and our values. They ought to get paid to do it. All of these people. And by the way, this is the percentage of the population using SNAP right now, while you give us your reaction.
And this is the last thing we want them to be thinking about right now at this time in our world. I come from a military family. It is heartbreaking. The oldest boy in our family is right now in active duty. He said to me, I have over 100 people that are cold and wet and just came off a training exercise, and they have no idea if they're going to get paid. Are they going to get paid? What can I tell them? This is the longest shutdown in American history, the longest full shutdown in American history. It tells you something about the people that have been elected to the Senate that aren't paying attention to their role, their good faith role as a senator to push this government and open it back up for the people. And they can do that. We already have Democrats voting with us. We just need a few more to stand up, grow a backbone, and vote to serve their country. It is incredibly important right now. I'm the newest senator. This place is broken. We need to fix it. And I'm pleading with my colleagues. Let's open back up the government so we can serve the people.
Well, I tell you what, you're educating us, because you're right. On Monday, we will tie the longest ever. And that's because everybody's already leaving Washington. They started leaving yesterday. So it's almost like the weekend doesn't even count, but it counts for those families. It counts. I'm so glad you were in focus today. Thank you.
Great to be with you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.